I'll show you how to replace the bandsaw blade on an Ellis 1800. It's not cutting as fast as this, so I think it's time to replace the blade. So open up your side panels. Instructions on how to do this are actually right here, but sometimes I like to see somebody else do it, so I'll show you how. So, step 1, wear gloves and safety glasses. 2, unplug the saw. You don't want it going while you're replacing the blades. You cut your fingers right off. Okay. Then you raise the head. Close the cylinder so that way it doesn't drop. And then you're going to loosen the T-handle at least 5 times. So I like to count it out as I go around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take note of your position of the handle so that way you can keep an accurate count. Now to remove the blade from the guide by pushing down on the bearing. So that's right here. So push down so it comes out of the guides. And now remove the blade from the housing. And they're kind of good, so here we go. So set that aside. Now, wow, that's amazing. Get your new saw blade. They'll come coiled up. Break the bands. Be careful on twisting these. They'll fly right apart. Be sure you got a good handle on it. Here we go. It's got a protective coating over the teeth. Take it off. This particular blade is a Lennox, and I believe it's a 5 to 8 teeth per inch. It is 11 feet long, 1 inch wide. The blade you need is actually printed on the other side of the blade, or on the other side of the saw. So now, you're going to want to check to be sure that if you were to put it in, that the teeth are going the right way. It actually shows you over here. So this is actually twisted around the wrong way, so I'm going to turn it around. There. So when you stick it in, your teeth need to be raking in this direction. So they are. So place it in just the way you pulled it out. Go over the flywheels. Should be nice and loose. And now you're going to grab the blade here between the guides, twist it so that way you can put them back in there. So kind of rocking back and forth I have found kind of helps because it's a pretty tight fit. So push it in there. There you go. It is in place. So now you're going to do your initial tensioning. So you turn the T-handle until the slack comes out. So it's tightening up. That was about a turn. And then turn the handle one more time for initial tensioning. So all the way around. Boom. This was pretty tight. So after you have your one turn in, you're going to plug the saw back in and run it for approximately 3 to 5 seconds. So plug it back in. Come over here. Be sure your E-stop is off and turn the saw on 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. Turn it off. And now you're going to do the final tension. You're going to turn it another time. 1 revolution. Second time. So remember, take note of which end is up. Here we go, one more. And now it tells you to check the tracking, turn the saw on for now 10 to 15 seconds. Come back around, 10 to 15 seconds. 1001. And off. So now it tells you to observe that the teeth of the blade after tensioning are approximately 1/4 to 1/8 inch off. So you'll be looking right here off the tensioning wheel. And just by eyeballing it, I can tell that that is right about exactly where they said. There you have it. Close your doors. And your saw blade has changed. The only thing to do next to ensure that your blade has a good life is to break it in. And by breaking it in, you just stick a piece of stock in there. And I usually run the saw and drop it extremely slow. So that way it takes about 5 minutes to cut whatever it is you're doing. So that way it properly breaks in the blade tips so that way they don't bust off. Hope you found that helpful.